Okay guys, so it finally happened. The Dragon Ball Card Warriors, which some of you guys know, some of you don't because you maybe never played it. The online card game for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is finally ending. So effectively from 2023, I guess early 2023, January, the game will not be available online. You can play it offline, but let's just be honest, who's gonna play it offline? I mean, come on, you're gonna play against the computer, maybe a couple of 1 or 2 hours, you're gonna get bored because you're gonna play against the computer non-stop. So what's the point there, right? But yeah, it's ending. So this crazy experiment, which nobody really asked for, it's ending. And in this video, let's analyze the reasons why Dragon Ball Card Warriors actually met its demise and how Bandai can learn from this. But it seems that the Dragon Ball Breakers is gonna have a very similar fate. Although the game has not released as of yet, I know it in my gut, and most of you guys know that the Dragon Ball Breakers is inevitably going to end very quickly, and the only way to save it is to have regular update content, like basically every 2 months or something, right? Now, as the news says, this is from literally a day ago, after the service ends, the online service terminates in 2023, we plan to release an offline version of Dragon Ball Card Warriors, where players can then play against the CPU offline. Existing profiles and cards will be able to continue to be used to the new CP battle mode by using the data transfer function that will be added in a future update. In addition, some items and features currently available in the online service, such as the platinum coins, will not be available in the offline version. So if you guys spend real money, you're gonna get screwed because that's gone now and you cannot play online anymore. Now, it says here, transfer to the offline version. If you currently have the Card Warriors data from the online service, you can use the transfer function to transfer some of your data to the offline version. Transferable items, all this stuff effectively, okay? And you also can transfer playing mat, which is pretty cool. Items that cannot be transferred: platinum coins, all platinum coins, battle level, rank, progression in training battle, titles, unreceived mission rewards, unreceived gifts, all this stuff, right? And yeah, as you can see there, the free update for Card Warriors will be available as an offline version in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for PS5 and Xbox Series X, allowing players to enjoy playing against the CPU, which has been completely redesigned from the online version. Now, so this is the news, guys. Let's go over the 3 most important reasons why this experiment failed. Number 1 is giving people something that they did not sign for or they did not ask for. For example, if they would have released instead an online mode in which you build your character, same as Xenoverse, but in a Kakarot environment, we can travel and do lots of exploration and level up your character and learn from some of your masters, for example, then that would have been freaking awesome. For example, like you create your character and you can explore different areas, go to Planet Namek, get trained in certain techniques, then there's enemies. So just imagine for a second, it would be so cool to have like this like progression story after the end game, where with your own character you can learn from your different masters, as in the Z Warriors, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, all these people, and even Krillin, and then gain skill from them, and then like I said before, go into missions and whatnot. It would be a really cool thing to do, right? And then maybe like have a bit of co-op and have like some sort of like mini raids where you can co-op with 3 people. Like, it would be awesome, right? And the investment of money they made in this card game, they could have invested it into that kind of gameplay system, right? It just makes common sense. Now, they did not do that. The second reason why is because the online system itself was absolute dog shit. Why is that? Because when you went to play online, you get lots of disconnections, you cannot find people to play with because it was not cross-play. A card game which is not cross-play right now is doomed to death. For example, I play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I used to play a lot of it, I play now sometimes. And this game has crossplay. You can play against people all over the world on any platform, which is freaking awesome. Like, I can play people on mobile phones and PC and between consoles as well. If you play consoles, you can play against an Xbox player and you're a PlayStation player. This kind of like system allows kind of players to always be there, and if there's a lower population at some point on a specific platform, as in PC, you can get more people on mobile or on consoles. And for a card game, usually PC players play not that much. Usually card games are played on smartphones and also on consoles. PC users are maybe like 20% of the player base. So again, on PC this died very quickly. Like after literally like 2 months after Card Warriors got released, I could barely find a match. I would have to wait for literally 10 minutes to just find one match and sometimes get disconnections. So of course you just get, you know, sad, annoyed, and you don't play it anymore because it's just you're waiting more than playing. When you're waiting more than playing a game, then the game is not good. And the third one, guys, is the whole way they kind of made it and presented it. Like the game like updates every single time. The menus were really slow, really sluggish, difficult. Every time you do something there was like a loading. It's just constant server loading. And if you add server loading and slowness and servers blocking out, servers no people to play and all that stuff, and also nobody asked for this update, and of course people abandoned the system very quickly. And this is something that of course Bandai has to understand. I know they'll be doing experiments. This is most likely an experiment to test out some features. Maybe down the line in the future they're going to release a proper Dragon Ball trading card game, just like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel or Magic the Gathering, okay, which is going to be free to play. So this could be like just a testing ground just to see how it would work, people's impressions. So it could be that. It could be literally just an experiment, which is fine. But at the same time, don't be surprised that you have to end the service. And I'm really disappointed on this because I know lots of you guys actually spend real money on this, and now all of your money spent is literally pointless because you cannot even play in tournaments against real people. Yes, that is a bit disappointing. So lesson learned for Bandai that, you know, when you want to release something like this, you have to release it in a platform or a game in which people expect this sort of content, okay? And most importantly, do it right. Do it right, give us proper servers, don't give us shitty servers which are not even playable. I mean, I know from other YouTubers which, you know, play on their channels that they literally were not even able to play on their console because it would have lots of crashes. So that is dangerous and very, you know, like it's a recipe for disaster. So Dragon Ball The Breakers is in a very similar situation right now because nobody likes it. Like in all the polls I made on Twitter, on YouTube, always about 90% of people said they're not gonna buy it or they're not gonna pre-order it because it's just not their type of game and it looks really unpolished and unfinished. These type of games, they die if there's no people playing them. Like they literally die, like the servers just get killed off. Like, for example, Babylon Fall, basically, the game which was made by Platinum Games and Square Enix. That game is, again, shutting down after just a year of service because nobody is playing the game. Pretty sad, isn't it? Pretty disappointing. And this is the reason, guys. You have to pick your battles. You have to know exactly what content to release for your game. And if it's experimental, don't go as far as releasing like a shop and everything, because that's just basically almost like, you know, like you're just trying to make cheap money out of people, and that's just abuse. That is literally just abuse. Like if you know you're gonna shut the service straight away because it's just an experiment, don't let people play with real money because it's just not fair for people. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today's video. As always, remember to subscribe to the channel, guys, and remember that if you really want to play, this mode is still available, gonna be available offline, no problem, but obviously it's gonna get boring really fast because playing as the machine after literally just a couple of games is gonna be very repetitive and very freaking boring. Yeah, so guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next uploads. Bye.